Ooh. Hey, well, it's Thursday, Juneteenth. In Texas, they got the news late. They got the news later than other folks. And so the black culture has celebrated for generations Juneteenth. I remember I worked down in South Central, and I was at school, and we celebrated Juneteenth. It was like a big deal. The principal was African American. The school was African American. I was the token white guy there, and I think I was the only white guy there. So I got my dashiki, and I got the hat, and I got the whole thing, and I was very excited about learning about this tradition, this holiday of celebrating the liberation, the freedom from the oppression and evil slavery practices that had been taken up until then. And sometimes people will say, oh, hey, Bob, they use the Bible to justify slavery. And that's true, slaves obey your masters, and I've heard that. But taking it out of context and just kind of applying it to suit your fancy, it's almost like the scriptures in Leviticus that talk about the whole picture. So today I'm going to Red Cross. I'm going to put the needle in the arm. I'll be there for a couple hours, and I wish I could say I was just going to lay there still and look at the little video and nod my head and drool, and no, I'm not doing any of that. Once my nurse Christina puts the needle in, then it's all bets are off. I will stand up, I will sit down, I will roll around, I'll wave, I'll talk, I won't scream, but I'll be busy the whole 3 hours. I don't sit still at the donation center. But I keep my arms straight. I don't let anybody, and my arms are all shaven, which is unusual for a grown man with hairy arms. But when you're doing Red Cross twice a month, 24 times a year, having the hair pulled out of your arm, crazy. I don't want to do that, so I don't do that. But what's the deal for you today? What are you doing? Where are you going? What's happening? I pray that you let the Holy Spirit encourage you, give you energy. If you tend to run kind of on the tired side, I pray that God would give you some pep. If you tend to run on the hummingbird cycle like me, then we have to learn to bring it on down, to be mindful, to be sensitive, to be kind, to be generous, to keep your voice down. Hey, Johnny! That freaks people out. They think there's an emergency because they never speak over a little bit. They can barely get the wind out of their vocal cords to even speak. And here I am, I'm Mr. Powerful. So I learned to just mind my tones. And my daughter Bethany Rose and I, we stay pretty conscious that I use a lot of signaling. I will wave. If I want to talk to somebody, I go, and I'll just, and I learned that from Robin, my friend Robin. She really hammered it home, because I was desperate to do better in my life. I was desperate to see the process of sanctification move forward, and that's what she said. I'm in a new place now, and I have new assignments, and I'm doing them. One thing that would help, I want to just leave this with you today, is do things in writing. Write it down. What'd he say? Hey, Marge, he said something, but what'd he say? I said to write it down. Write it down. If you have chores for your children, write them down. If you have standards, or you have ethics, if you have things that you want to see done, when you go to school, they don't just give you a lot of smoke signals. No, they will give you a syllabus. And in the syllabus, they point out, at least this is what they used to do years ago, they give me a paper syllabus, and they will point out in detail what font, how many spaces, what the margins are going to be, the whole 9 yards. They will absolutely they will pin it down. And when you get your grade, generally they'll say, here, this is, you did this right, you did that wrong, here's this, here's that, and they will talk about it. And so be clear with the people you're talking to. Be kind, but be clear. And stand up for yourself. Don't let people just walk all over you. You know, you're the doormat for Jesus. Well, didn't the Lord say just to turn the cheek? Well, yeah, that's, you know, there's a time for that. If someone wants to take the power position, then you take the position above that, and you let them, here, you want to walk them? I'll walk 2 miles. You know, so this I can do for you. I just heard a story of a man who had really poor service at getting coffee or it was really something really minuscule. He spent like $4, but he gave the guy $10 tip. And it was kind of shocking because the dude didn't reserve any tip, but he got a $20 tip, $10 tip, 20, you know, more than 20%. And the justification from the brother was, I'm not going to let his sad attitude, poor service, lack of courtesy, ineptness in doing his job, I'm not going to let that dictate my generosity, my power of giving, my being a blessing. And pretty cool, you know. So I love you. I look forward to questions. If you have any questions for old Pastor Bob, Mr. Bob, SoCal Bob, Bobby Boy, Roberto, just don't call me late for dinner. I will be there. Love you so much. And I'm praying for you. I'm going to go do a floor today, and then tonight is church. It's a big Thursday, June 10th. Everything's happening today. It's like the busiest day, busier than the blue light special at Kmart. What is that, Bob? Well, never mind. There's no more Kmart or Toys R Us or Fedco, or a lot of those places are gone. I guess Earl Scheib is still around, but it's not $29.95 anymore. No. Everything's different. And even Thrifties. In Baldwin Park, under Mona and Merced, there's a little shop, and they have Thrifties ice cream. So you can go get your Thrifties ice cream there. But as far as the Rite Aid stores, who knows what's going to happen. All right. God bless you. Love you so much. Ciao.